If you're struggling with procurement management as a project manager, you are not alone. I remember when I was first working on projects, procurement management was one of the most challenging areas for me to understand. I had never worked on contracts, and the lines between the project manager role and the procurement role quickly got blurred to the point where I couldn't stay in my own lane. And as a project manager, we are responsible for analyzing the scope and determining if the work can be done in-house or if it needs to be outsourced. And if the work needs to be outsourced, well, the procurement team is going to step in and they're going to manage the procurement process. But the project manager still has a critical role in the procurement process. And today, I'm going to share what the PM role is in a procurement. At least here are my top 5 must know, okay? Tip number 1, understand the procurement process inside and out. That's right. Partner up with someone on your procurement team, have them walk you through the entire procurement process so that you know all of the steps that need to be taken along the way. You also want to understand the different contract types. Is this going to be a fixed contract? Is this going to be time and materials based contract or some type of a cost reimbursement contract? Tip number 2, as a project manager, you want to be involved in drafting the contract documents. You need to help gather the statement of work, the different requirements. If there's any type of new metric reports that need to be built in for this project, you also want to factor in any kind of assumptions, constraints, risks, and mitigation strategies. You need to make sure that everything is clearly defined in the contract documents that are going to be released, okay? These are usually released in an RFI, which is a request for information, an RFP, which is a request for proposals, or an RFQ, a request for quotes. Tip number 3, be engaged in negotiations because after all, as a project manager, you need to get in there and advocate for your project's best interests. Tip number 4, you need to understand that contract inside and out. So once the contract's been signed, you want to go through and you want to review the entire contract. Make sure that you understand all of the terms and the conditions and ensure that all of the work is tracked and managed and completed within the time frame that's required in the contract. Tip number 5, manage performance of the vendor. And this is one of those areas where you'll more than likely be working closely with your contract management team. You'll be checking in with them to let them know what work's been completed, if there's any delays or any issues that they need to be aware of. Well, there we have it. I hope you found this information helpful. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, and follow for more project management tips. And if there's a specific topic that you'd like for me to cover, drop that in the comments below. Thanks.